Hello storyboarders, my name is Eric and today I'm going to show you how to make a multiple choice worksheet using one of Storyboard that's pre-made templates. So let's get started. Now first we're going to pick out a template that we like. We have a lot of great designs to choose from and I think I'm going to go with this one here. Just click the copy template button that's right below and this will bring us directly into the Storyboard Creator, which will then ask us to give our template a name. Now you can name it whatever you would like. I'm just going to call mine template 1 and click continue. Alright, now it's time for us to customize our worksheet. This is where we get to add characters, items, update the text, whatever it is that we want to do. So first, I would like to add a character, maybe a teacher who is encouraging us during this big multiple choice test. So let's go up to our characters, and in the adults category, let's find somebody who looks like a teacher. Alright, I think this character looks pretty good. So to add a character, simply drag and drop them into the storyboard, and now we get to customize. This is where we get to update facial expressions, poses, change color, whatever we want to do. So let's have our character looking up at us, encouraging us to take this test. Alright, I think this looks pretty good. When you're all done, just click Update Pose, and there's our character. Now we can move them wherever we would like within our storyboard, as well as resize them. So to resize, just drag the corner of the image, and there we go. Now I think that looks pretty good, but they are blocking our multiple choice questions. So let's move those. So just like your character, you can move text boxes. Simply select all of these together. You can select multiple items at once by simply holding Shift and clicking on them. Alright, with our item selected, let's just slide them over. And I'm going to use the arrow key on my keyboard just so I have everything nice and lined up. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, just so it doesn't look balanced or unbalanced. Alright, slide these guys over. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Now next is items. Now we have our teacher here, so maybe let's put some books right here. So if we go up to our items menu, we have all these great categories. But if there is a specific item that you would like to add, you can simply go over to your right-hand search menu and type it in. But if we look at our items menu, we have a school category. And I think we can find some books in this. Alright, we have a few books right here, but I want a stack of books. So let's see what we have. Alright, we got two options. I think I'm going to go with this one. Just drag and drop, just like your characters. And let's resize this. It's a little small. And actually, I'd like this stack of books to be taller. So let's duplicate this. So to make a copy of an item, just have it selected. Go to your right-hand menu and click Copy. And I'll make a duplicate of whatever it is you want. So let's stack this one on that one. And we can even change the color of this top book. With the item selected, go to your right-hand menu, and you can select any one of these pre-selected colors. I think yellow looks pretty good. Alright, now next is the background image. Now we have this nice yellow gradient, and we can actually change it. Just select the background, and you can choose a new color. But I think I'd like to add a new scene entirely. So let's delete this pre-existing one. Just click Delete in your right-hand menu. And let's go over to our Scenes menu and go over to Patterns. I want something that's fun but not too distracting. So let's scroll till we find something that we like. Alright, I like the stars one right here. So let's drag this one down. Alright, now this is almost a perfect square. It's a bit of a rectangle, it's a little long. And we have our frame, which is in portrait mode. So let's rotate this so we can fit it in a little bit better. So if we go over to rotate, turn it 90 degrees once, and let's go over here and click stretch to fill. So we have a few options. If we go to non-proportional, what will happen is the scene will then fit into the frame perfectly. So it will warp it a little bit. But if we click crop to fill, it will not warp the scene, so it bleeds off of the frame a little bit. But I don't think that's too bad, so we'll go with crop to fill. So with that selected, click OK. And now we have our scene in place. So let's send this all the way back so we can actually see our test. And there we go. Now, I like this frame, I like this scene, but it's a little too busy. It's kind of hard to read our text here. So with our scene selected, let's change some of these colors. Now we have these nice pre-selected ones, but I think I'd like to make them a bit lighter. So if we go here to this little box on the right, we can actually customize the color to whatever we would like. So let's make these a lot lighter. When you have the color you like, just click choose, And I'm going to customize this one as well. Right, I think that's okay. Not too contrasty. When I'm all set, I'm just going to click choose. All right, I think that looks a lot better. Now, last but not least is text. Now, you can edit any of the pre-existing text boxes. Just click on the box and you can put in your own words. So let's just call this multiple choice. Multiple choice test. All right, I think that looks pretty good, but let's change the font and make this title a little bit bigger. So to change anything that you want, just highlight and go over to your text editor. Now let's choose a new font. All right, I like this one. It's really big and bold, but we can make it even bigger so it fits in the top a little bit better. Let's try 48. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, just like our characters, we can move and resize our text boxes. So our header here is a little close, so let's bring this up and let's, oh, wrong item. Okay, so I just moved my background image, but I don't want that to stay like that. So I could go in and try to reposition it however I can, or I can go over to our right-hand menu and click undo until I get back to where it originally was. So if you make any mistakes and you're not sure what happened, you can always click undo to go back to how it originally was. So let's go back to making our header here a little bit smaller. We can shrink this down and let's bring this up a little bit so it's out of the way. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now, when you're all done making the changes to your template, all you have to do is click the orange Save and Exit button that's in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And that is how you make a multiple choice worksheet using Storyboard That. Thanks for watching and happy storyboarding.